Mike Evans. Mike Evans stated that he is the best. He says that he's the NFL best wide receiver in quote unquote a lot of effing great players myself is what he said. So quote end quote, he stated that I know where I'm at. He said my opinion matters more than anybody else's because I watch all of these guys. And there's a lot of effing great players, but I would take myself over anybody. If people were in my situation, there's only 5 to 10 guys in history who have done what I've done. It's been a battle, but I enjoy it. And I have to agree with what he had to say, Mac. The man the man just put up numbers no matter who's the quarterback is, man.
Can I say this? Like, we can run it back like 11 or 12 years ago, right? I think it was the year before the year before the last year of Calvin Johnson Jr. When they asked him who's the best wide receiver in the league, what did he do? He came straight at him. Me, I'm the best. There's nobody better than me. Right. Regardless what number, what category, what statistic you want to use. If you don't have that confidence, you ain't the best. You ain't the best.
But I have to make his argument because a lot of people are going to look at this topic in itself and be like, how are you the best? And you play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But let's make it clear for the people that's going to have questions about it. This man averaged almost 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns per season since entering the 2014 NFL draft. He puts up those numbers with rotating cast of Ryan Fitzpatrick, Josh McCown, Jameis Winston, Tom Brady, and about to be Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask in 2023. So let's just be real here. Mike Evans is the only. He has a certain argument I can say because when you look at it since 2014, this guy just put up numbers like he's the only player in league history to start his career with 9 consecutive seasons with 1,000 yards. I'm sorry, he has a right to say what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I know receivers is probably gonna be like,
and that's the whole thing. The quarterback argument is the argument right there. No matter what quarterback he's been with, that man has put up numbers.
Exactly.
Look, productive is productive. Consistency is key, and that motherfucker is consistent.
He got forget about him, though.
Baby.
They forget about him in this league so badly because he's on the Buccaneers. That's why. But at the same time, y'all got to give this man his respect. The man, he came out of, I think he played at Mississippi. He played at Mississippi State or Texas A&M. It was one. I think it was Texas A&M, if I'm not mistaken. But Mike Evans.
You don't remember his quarterback?
It was Johnny Manziel, right? I thought it was. But the only reason why I say that, if you look at Mississippi State uniforms and look at Texas, not Texas Tech, Texas A&M uniforms, they look exactly the same. So I get them confused. If you look at their uniforms, but Tyreek Hill numbers are better, but nobody has done what Mike Evans done in 9 seasons in the NFL since 2014. I'm sorry to say. And Tyreek Hill had a Patrick Mahomes, and now he has Tua. Yeah, Mike Evans had Tom Brady, but he had Tom Brady at the end of Tom Brady's career. But if you look at the names of Fitzpatrick, McCown, and Jameis Winston, now about to be Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask, I'm sorry. That production, to me, is better than Tyreek Hill. Can Tyreek Hill do the same thing with those type of quarterbacks outside of Tom Brady? That is the question.
Oh, yeah, we're not arguing that. We're not arguing Manziel. Manziel was a fucking bum.
Oh, yeah, we know. He was great. He was great in college, but he was a bum in the NFL. We know that for a fact.
Listen. Kyler Murray without the drugs and shit.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. But like I said, Anthony Price, you can say how you feel, but me personally, Mike Evans averaged 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns per season since entering in 2014. Tyreek Hill has not done that. I don't think Tyreek Hill's been in the league 9 seasons yet, in that aspect. So I'm sorry to say, but Mike Evans has a right to say that he feels like he's the best in the NFL, that he would take himself over anybody else. He has a right. He has a right to say that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, these guys, they're just as consistent as Mike Evans, but Mike Evans get lost in the sauce because of the team that he's on.
I will say this. I will say this, right? For DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, if anybody can talk the shit, it's DeAndre Hopkins. Because he's the only person that's been in the same boat as Mike Evans, where he's had multiple years with no quarterbacks and still doing production.
Even people think that, oh, because of what DeAndre Hopkins did, oh, Deshaun Watson left. He's still after Deshaun Watson sat out those years, he still put up those numbers. No matter where he went, he puts up numbers. He put up numbers before the PED stuff. Same thing. So
the PED thing is the only negative thing you can say
it's
about
the only negative thing that you can say.
And if you try to dig and root for something else, you're
not going to find it.
You're a hater. You're not, bro.
You're not going to find it.
Like, bro, there's no sense. Like, bro, I fucking hate the Steelers. I fucking hate the Bengals. But I'd be damned if I'm gonna sit here and be like, Hines Ward wasn't an OG. Jerome Bettis wasn't an OG.
Right.
Mendenhall wasn't an OG. Chad Johnson wasn't an OG. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Bro,
talent is talent, and we respect the talent at the end of the day.
Like, shit me.
So that's just how I just had to get my feelings off about Mike Evans, because I kind of feel bad for Mike Evans because he's with the Buccaneers, but he's in a good position where the NFC South is not that great. It's not that great of a division. And I think Mike Evans is going to be the guy again for this wide receiver core, and he's going to put up the numbers that he puts up every single year. In like Max said, consistency is key. Simple as that. Consistency is key. So, any last thoughts before we go on into the next topic, Mac?
Nah, put some respect on that man's name, and let's move on.